What's up guys, this is Balázs from RacingBrick. Today I will show you in details one of the two Speed Champions double packs for 2022, the 76909 Mercedes-AMG F1 VW E-Performance and Mercedes-AMG Project 1 set. I spent a lot of time with the names, so I won't waste much time on the box. You can see both cars on a racetrack at the front with all the appropriate logos, a few more details at the back with smaller photos of the real cars. Now let's open it. The set has 564 pieces, it will be available from the 1st of March, and the retail price is $29.99 and €39.99, which is a massive difference and I really don't understand it. I thought Formula 1 is more popular in Europe, so it could have had a more favorable price on this side of the pond. There are 4 numbered bags inside, 2 manuals, 2 sticker sheets and an unnumbered bag with the wheel covers. Bags 1 and 2 has the parts for the F1 car, so let's start with that. The beginning of the build could easily be a Technic set as well so far, interesting. A few steps later we've got some cool stuff to show. First of all, the base of the cockpit section is the element that usually supports the wheels, but used lengthwise this time. The steering wheel is a game controller piece that really matches the one used in Formula 1, and this is how the two sections connect with that red Technic axle. Even more Technic around the front axle, and here we have the whole chassis of the car. Elements for the side will be mounted on this long plate. We are extending the car sideways, and this piece does not only connect to the main assembly with brackets, but there's also this headlight piece used for the same purpose, and that now becomes the proper sideways support of this curved element representing the side pods. Brilliant! The same structure is built on the other side as well. Then we have some pieces to simulate the front wishbones, and also these ones for the same purpose at the rear. This is how the build looks like at the end of bag 1. Here's another example how a few simple pieces can accurately recreate some important details. Check out these flow deflectors next to the side pods, brick built at Speed Champion scale. Printed curved tiles for the air intake above the seat, simply because a sticker would not cover the tile properly and the dark red color matches the trim on the car. Yet another nice attention to detail. We get the numbers for both Mercedes drivers, so you can choose your favorite driver and car from the 2021 season, and it is very easy to swap the pieces. You need steady hands to add small details, 3 tiny stickers on this single piece, quite a challenge to apply them for sure. These are not the only small stickers on this set. I advise using some tools, might help you with positioning. And really, on this set stickers are applied to the most impossible surfaces. The remaining pieces added are already visible on the end result, so I will show that instead, but let's stop at the wheels. These wheel covers were only used once so far on the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1, it's nice to see them returning. And here is the finished Formula 1 car, now let's build the Project 1 quickly. Here's the base, nothing extraordinary so far. But these pieces are brand new to me, which wouldn't be a surprise as I really can't keep up with the development of new system pieces. But I couldn't find anything based on the element ID on Rebrickable either, which is usually much faster with new parts than Bricklink. These 1x1 thingies have the height of 2 plates, and they are hollow. If any of you saw these in any sets, please let me know in the comments. In this case they go here at the front, I wonder if the hole in them will be used. Yet another unusual way of connecting things, and it doesn't stop here. We need to pay attention to the alignment of these pieces here. Then they will be fixed in place with these hinges that are not used as hinges currently. Things got even more complex at the rear. We've also got stickers not covering fully the parts, but as usual there's a reason for that, other parts are placed in front of them. A cool way to get the rounded rear lights and also proper support for them. So, the rear section is nicely covered with all those wedges and slopes. Now here's another magic trick. Do you see those red round 1x1 pieces? Those clips will click on them nicely and will support these assemblies at the correct angle, leaving just a small gap between them. Now here comes this tailpiece on the Technic pins, and if you rotate it backwards, it fits in that gap perfectly and it will have just the exact right angle needed. Mind blown. An interesting question. Why do we have that teal triangle on the sticker if it will be completely hidden when it is in place? Does it help positioning maybe? Or does it have some reference to something in the engine bay? If you have any idea about it, let me know in the comments please. Yeah, these are still not my favorite pages in the Speed Champions manuals. End of bag 3. Some cool snot sculpting action on the side of the car. I especially like those matching wedges facing against each other with a little offset to form that gap on the side. Modern cars have screens instead of gauges. It is also reflected in the Lego stickers. Also a little annoyance, that steering wheel is again not aligned with the driver's seat. Okay, I really wonder what's going on here with these microphones and the other pieces. Seems like an awfully specific build, but I have no idea about the purpose. The lower front section of the car is built with lots of jumper plates. It's held in place at a very specific distance from the main assembly. The front grille with the AMG logo is printed on this black element. Looks pretty cool. And here is the answer to the microphone mystery. They are used as toggle connectors to give these pieces at the front a very exact angle. The new printed headlight elements appear on this set as well. Yet another innovative part usage example. These fender pieces are attached to each other and they are used as the distinctive curved aerodynamic elements in front of the windshield. The remaining central part of the front goes in place, and here you can see how it follows the curvature of the light pieces thanks to the slanted elements with the toggle connection. And here are the pieces I asked you about in the preview for the rear diffuser. Thank you for giving me the correct answer. After a few smaller details here and there, all we have left are the wheels, and the set is finished. So, here are both vehicles side by side with their drivers. I think they look very cool. Here are the drivers separately. They have nice printed details. I've seen one question popping up frequently. People were asking why LEGO did not make accurate driver figures for the Formula 1 car. Well, I'm sure licensing a car is not the same thing as licensing a person, and I think with the neutral yellow-headed figure, you get a chance to play anyone without starting an endless debate about skin tones. The F1 car is visibly longer than the Project 1, but the scale is in fact realistic. I found no information about the length of this one since it is not released yet, but the Countach is just a bit longer than 4 meters, and this 2021 F1 car is around 5 meters, so the difference is totally realistic. Going back to the details on the F1 car, there are quite a few. We got tons of stickers of course for the different sponsors, but there are many brick build details as well. I like all the aero elements on the sides and towards the rear wing. The halo looks quite realistic in this scale, and the driver can fit comfortably. I mentioned that rear flag element with the number for the driver. There's another one towards the front that can be also swapped. The onboard camera can be also swapped for a yellow version. Actually, this is the correct combination, I think. The wheel covers looks great. The blue Pirelli wheels are the wet tires. The designers choose this color because of the thread on the Lego wheels. There's one thing I don't like on this car, and that is the way these Technic connectors are holding the wheels. I know, there's literally no other part for this purpose that could support the whole car and also would allow the wheels to rotate, but they just seem to look bulky besides all those fine details. That's the drawback of the increased realism with small parts. These pieces will stand out more. Now to the AMG Project 1. This is a tricky car as the shape is not particularly exciting for the first sight, but as you could see during the building process, it has many very interesting details and building techniques used. Let me show you the front again, as this is probably my favorite part. By default, the curvature of the new headlight pieces and this one does not match perfectly, and their length is also different. By using that neat toggle connection, not only their endpoint matches perfectly, but the curvature as well. I have really no idea how many trials and errors were necessary to come up with this solution. If you simply look at the car, you won't even notice it, but it's such an amazing detail. The printed windshield piece works much better with the grey parts than the white one, fortunately. If there's one challenge I would mention with this set, then it's stability. Certain parts like the rear wing or the diffuser pieces can be knocked off fairly easily, so you need to pay attention when you grab the vehicle. The Formula 1 car is more robust, the front and rear wings are surprisingly sturdy. So, this is the Mercedes-AMG Speed Champions double pack from the 2022 lineup. Please share your thoughts in the comments about it. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. I strongly suggest to subscribe with notifications, as we are not done yet with the Speed Champion sets, and there are other exciting reviews coming as well. See you next time, bye bye.